Saji Enigboko, and I would like to welcome you to the channel. In this video, we shall look at some very cool Windows features that are designed for performance, productivity, and enhanced user experience. And once again, I'd like to welcome you, and please be reminded to subscribe to the channel, share and like the video. Thank you for viewing. Now let's get started. The taskbar is what we're going to start with. It runs horizontally by default from one end of your screen, from one end of your desktop to the other. Can you see? It starts with the start menu button, the search, Cortana. It starts with also, we can close Cortana for now. It starts with it has also appears the task view. It has file explorer. All these other apps have been pinned to your taskbar. At any point in time, you can right click and unpin a particular app. Now, all these arrangements are for what? Ease of access. We can change the color of the taskbar. We can change its location. For example, we can move it to the left. We can move it to the right. Most aligners of desktop environment views and bears the panel on the top. We can move it to the left as well. We can move it back again. Now we can right click to customize the taskbar and make all these changes. We go to the taskbar settings. Right click on an empty space on the taskbar. Simply do what? Locate the taskbar settings. It takes you to the official original settings page, and here we are on the settings page. The first one says lock the taskbar. Why do we lock the taskbar? To keep our taskbar settings from being changed. So whenever you lock the taskbar, a user will not be able to drag it to the left or right and so on and so forth, and all your settings will be, but for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to keep it unlocked so we can drag it again to the left, to the top, and to the right. Now it says automatically hide the taskbar when you're in desktop mode. Right now I'm in desktop mode. Once I move my mouse away, can you see the taskbar intelligently hide and unhides itself. This is cool to allow other windows to expand as much as it can. We can also use, look at this, let's unhide it, let it not automatically hide. Now you can see the taskbar. Now we can use small taskbar buttons. For example, look at, I have chosen smaller taskbar buttons because I use it a lot to pin apps, but you can decide to change it and the taskbar buttons becomes bigger. Let's leave this for now and let's unhide and let it intelligently hide. And we can also drag the taskbar to the bottom. At any point in time, this is how you change and customize your taskbar. Let's move to another very cool feature of Windows 10. The cool feature called the dark or light is to change the mode, the dark mode or light mode of Windows. It improves readability. To do this, we simply go to settings. We are in settings already, or if you're not there, you click this, you go to settings. You locate settings, which is already open. Now you go to personalization. You click that quickly and you go to colors. Here we're going to change the dark theme or light theme. By default, the Windows theme is set to light. So we can change colors. Can you see that? Don't forget to go to settings, personalization, and you select colors. By default, Windows comes installed with the light theme. So once you click the dark theme, everything goes what? And becomes darker, and it improves readability, especially when you're reading at night. It filters out certain colors, and this is cool. So when you open, for example, WordPad, let's try to open WordPad. Your apps also will still have their default colors. So let's do this. If you do this, we can also change whether it's you want dark or you customize it. When you customize, you can decide to say, I want light or dark mode, and I want the applications to be dark as well. You see, everything changes. Light for Windows mode, and you choose the default app for applications, meaning things like your apps that are open, Should they be dark? Let's see this. Let's see how this happens. Let's put this to one side and try this on one side. Now let's lift this. Now when you do the custom, for example, I have light here. I can ask that my applications be dark as well, and the mode be dark. It's up to you how you want to set it up. You can choose others as them desired. Now let's go to another aspect. Another very cool feature is the blue light filter. What is this blue light? Every electronic device does what? Emits, or every display, digital display, your phones, your Androids, your computer displays emits blue light that are only useful in the daytime. But at night, this blue light can become a challenge. So we only see this kind of blue light emission in the day. Night light filters the blue light from the screen to reduce what? Digital eye strain or computer vision syndrome, which will result to dryness of the eyes and blurred vision, irritated eyes, and all of that. So to do this, we simply set up night vision. So to do this, we go to settings and we go to system, we go to display, and we go to what? Night light setting. Why are we doing this? You filter out the blue light. A lot of us spend most of our time at night viewing digital displays, computer screens, and all of these emissions can affect the eyes and cause strain. In most severe cases, it can cause cataract. So you simply just click this and do what? It will filter out the blue light. So at night, you can also decide that I do not want this to happen all the time. I want it to happen. You can turn on right now. You will see how things, you see how warm the colors have become. The colors have now become warmer, you know. So this is very cool, especially at night, to display warmer colors. Can you see? But when you turn it on, the blue light effect becomes obvious again. You turn it off, you see how, you know, grayish it becomes. It has filtered that out. You can decide to set it for to happen from a particular time to a particular time. If you know you read at a particular time, you can set that and that. Let's turn it on for now. Let's enjoy our blue light effect and all of that. Don't forget, we are looking at cool features. Another cool features I like us to look at, let's go back home, is the on-screen keyboard. If you're in tablet mode, there are several kinds of keyboards for our PCs. The most common type is the physical external one that is plugged to your computer. Windows operating systems, especially Windows 10 and others, provides what we call the on-screen keyboard. Also, it provides a virtual keyboard where you can attach emojis and stuff like that you could do on tablet and your iPhones and Android. So let's get started with this. We want to release the on-screen keyboard. What do we do to get that? We simply go to settings again, everyone. I like to make modifications from settings because it's safer, or you go to control panel. So we select settings, we go to ease of access. We can make this bigger, ease of access. Well, don't forget guys, let's go back to ease of access quickly. Let's go personalization. Let's change our color theme to bright, something bright, you know, for recording purposes. Let's be beautiful. Yeah, this is cool. Now let's go back home. We want to release and get the online keyboard or OSK. So you don't need a touch screen to use. It displays a virtual keyboard. So we go back to home. We go to what? Ease of access. And we locate the keyboard. Can you see that? Ease of access. Locate keyboard down there. Can you see that? It says use on-screen keyboard. You see that? The on-screen keyboard comes and it can be placed anywhere on the screen. You can also do this. Let's switch this off. You can use the Windows key and the Control O. Windows key on your keyboard and Control then O. It brings up the keyboard. Can you see that? Don't forget, you go to settings, you go to ease of access, and you locate the keyboard. Or whilst you're busy with a particular, for example, if I'm working on this, if I'm working on this Let's open WordPad and this. And assuming the keyboard is not there, all I need to do is Windows key, Control, and O. The online keyboard comes in. I start to type. Can you hear that sound? Nice. You see, I start to type, do whatever it is you want to do. You can end, insert, do whatever you could do. Caps lock, change to uppercase, and all of that. And that's that about the online screen keyboard. Let's go back to settings again, where we make all this happen. Now we're going to use emojis in Windows. Isn't this cool? Emojis in Windows. To do this, you quickly launch the virtual keyboard. Right click an empty space on your keyboard, on your taskbar, locate Show Touch Keyboard button. Once you click this, another keyboard with emojis comes up. Once this happens, you locate it on there, close to the system tray. Can you see this? It comes up. Now, what is very interesting here is that we want to see that we can use emojis. You see, you can, like you could do on your tablet, on your phone, at any point in time, I could add emojis to whatever I want, and have fun. That's that about emojis. You can type, as long as the applications can take emojis. You see, isn't this cool? Let's go to another very cool feature, which is what? Magnifier. Magnifier, let's launch something. Close this window. Let's bring this down here. Don't forget, we can always do this at any point in time. Launch the Microsoft Edge. Whilst you're on the desktop or using an app, you can make your windows easier to see and make your screen easier to see by simply using the magnifier. For example, if this was like this, I can simply use the Windows key and the plus sign. Windows key plus sign. The magnifier comes up and you go. You can also use the Windows key and the minus sign to zoom out. To zoom in, you can use that. So to close the magnifier, you press the Windows logo key and escape. Let's see. Let's launch the Explorer or the Microsoft Edge. You see the magnifier, for example, I can do this plus, Windows key and the plus sign. It just magnifies the screen. Can you see that? Windows key and the minus sign reduces that and that. We move to the next feature of Windows that is very cool. This is what I like about Windows. It gives you options for productivity and enhanced experience. It allows you to interact with your operating system in a very graphics way, or in a very cool way. Let's look at another cool feature. It's called the Steps Recorder. You launch the Start menu and search for Steps Recorder. Steps Recorder. Just type Steps Recorder. It's usually situated and located in the accessories container in the apps category. You can just type Steps Recorder here. Let's type Steps Recorder. Steps. You see, Steps Recorder comes up. What does it do? The Steps Recorder is a combination of keylogger, screen capture, and annotation tool for Windows. It is used quickly to do what? Let's open this. To easily document actions or record actions made on a computer for troubleshooting and documentation processes. So let's launch the Steps Recorder. Let's launch the Steps Recorder. It allows you to record all the steps it took you to get an action or a particular thing done on the Windows computer. So let's start. You click record and whatever it is you do will be recorded. Let's launch the command prompt, for example. Let's do a few things on the command prompt quickly. We launch the command prompt. We can launch another one. We can launch. Now, let's begin to do whatever it is that you do will be recorded for review later. Now, let's launch the command prompt. You can put this on one side. It keeps recording. Let's type dir here. It goes, cool. Let's type prompt and change the command prompt. For example, say change it to hello world, like that. And you make it greater than sign, it changes, and I can change CD to the root of my drive. I can try dir and everything comes up. I can also, you know, I can do it whatever. Let's go to another thing. All these steps have been recorded. I can type CMD, for example. CMD comes up, and that is that. So let's stop recording and see what happens. Immediately, an HTML file can be used to view the entire recording or the entire process it took. For example, it says, this is ready to be viewed. Do you want to record new, or do you want to view the existing recording, which is by default what is going to happen. Now, when this is done, I'm going to be able to preview the steps taken to get an action done on my computer. You can send this to someone to help and all of that. Let us quickly look at this. Now, this is ready. And let's close all this. It's saving the output. Now, it says the file contains all steps and information that was recorded to help describe and record steps so that others sharing this file and might be able to see what you've done. So I can review the steps, recorded steps like this. Can you see that? These are the things I did. And I can also say, no, let's play this in a slideshow for, look at this. It goes. Can you see that? This like these are things I did. I went to the start menu. I went to launched command prompt and all of that. Isn't this a very cool stuff? That is that about. You can stop it at any point in time. Okay. Let's not save this. Now let's move to another cool feature. Is there alarm and clock? And you can use it to calculate time difference between two locations. Let's search for alarm and clock. Is there? I'll locate this. I like this cool feature because it allows you to see time differences between your location and another location. For example, you can set alarm. For example, I have an alarm that wakes me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I title it Good Morning. The alarm comes on. You can change alarm at any time. You can do whatever it is you want to do. Let's look at the clock. Look at this. I'm situated here right now. For example, I can decide to go to another location and say, look at the time difference in somewhere around America, for example. Let's say Pago Pago, America, Samoa, wherever that is. It's somewhere very far. I can look at another one, say somewhere in Canada. Let me look at another location. I can look at somewhere in Canada. Canada, say Ontario. It was a good holiday. I wish I can be there. Montreal, for example. In Canada, look at Canada is 6 hours behind me in South Africa. Today's Thursday, and there's still Thursday there. But this guy in Pago Pago is already a day behind. Can you see? It says 13 hours behind. You can calculate the difference between these two. You can use this clock as a timer, as a stopwatch. You can do also as a stopwatch. You can begin to do when if you're doing exercise in the morning or at the gym or in front of a computer and you want to set a stopwatch and all of that. That is that about the stopwatch. You can also use a very cool tool that I like is the snipe tool. It used to be called the sniping tool, but now the Windows have improved this application and made it and called it Snipe and Sketch. To launch this quickly, you can just use the Windows key, Shift, and the letter S on your keyboard. It comes up and you can quickly snipe an entire region or the entire desktop. In this case, I'm just going to snipe this. For example, if I like the diagram of this military guy here, I can just snipe this. And this can be saved onto the memory of the computer, like the clipboard. And I go to any application that accepts images, and I can paste that. Because look at it, this is a very cool feature. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind us to subscribe to my channel, view the video and share when you can. And please click the notification button as well. Now it has saved. Now the last one I want to show everyone is a very cool feature of Windows that allows you to snipe the windows up and down to close it. Now this feature is very cool. It's a hidden feature. I know it's situated in C Windows System 32 where most of these applications are. It is called Slide. This is a bonus. to shut down. Once this is clicked, to shut your windows down, you can simply do this, but I don't want to do this for the sake of my video. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for viewing. Thank you.